Hey everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Joey Moss with Bad Boy Gaming. All right, I will never do that again, I promise you. But we got something really cool, really interesting. Lots of hype has been around this product since it was talked about back in October, early October, maybe even September. But what is it? Mystery booster packs. And they officially have been opened at the Richmond Convention Center today for Magic Fest. This is pretty amazing. Mystery booster box. As you guys know, I absolutely love anything mystery involving Magic the Gathering. It doesn't matter what it is. From stuff on eBay, random eBay purchases, you know, stemming way back to even like the repack things, you know, anything of that nature. Mystery boxes at Walmart, random mystery grab bags, anything that has MTG and eBay and mystery written on them. Possibly, Bill. But regardless, they have started to do their... They saw a way to make money. That's basically what it is. They are reprinting a lot of older cards. Here's one example of just that. Volunteer Reserve there. 1997, when banding was around in cumulative upkeep. I mean, that is forever ago. I think I started playing in 96 or 97, one of those 2 years, probably 96. But really, really, really interesting stuff. The problem is people have been complaining there's not a lot of value inside of these. I'm going to show you guys like 60, 70, 80 different cards. There's going to be a ton we're going to go over. And by the looks of things, you're going to also be able to get inside of these packs not only one rare, but it's looking like there's going to be 2 rare or said in videos. Give us a premium product, throw at least 2 rares in there. It's a Magic card. That's really cool. The Pristine Dragon. I think is it Pristine Dragon? It's something bright. You know, inside of these, and I think that would, you know, just make it worth more money. And Kiki Jiki's in the back. You're seeing a lot of these. This is really cool. I mean, this is from Dominaria right here. And then you got, you know, the Sphere. But these test print cards are something different as well. What's a test print card, you ask? If it's too overpowering, see if it kind of fits the feel, the theme of whatever set they're working for. But basically to see if it's too overpowering. If a card's too overpowering, you know, and it's how much should these be valued at, you know, is the big question. How many of these do they make? These are going to be accessible over the next, I want to say, they said through 2020, you can get your hands on these kind of cards. So are they going to officially release them in stores? At what point will that happen? How much should they go too high? Now, yeah, you're bringing back some older cards. That is true. But, and you also are offering this right here. But you need already. It's making them affordable so everyone can get their hands on them. The really cool thing I do like about Guaranteed One test print. Now, let me tell you something about test prints. At least these ones. These are looking different at the top of the actual card. If you are a collector, you're going to want to remove that sticker to see the artwork underneath it. Because the second you remove that, it's very valuable down the road. And who's to say they're only making so many. I could be completely wrong about that. They could have printed these for every single convention. It doesn't say Richmond able. That is another part. You cannot actually legally play these. Right there. Enters the battlefield, or maybe something else. Create 3 gunk tokens. Gunk is a colorless sorcery card with no mana cost that has cycling for 4. You know, that they don't give you all the details. They just kind of tell us though. The casting cost is the only relevant thing on the card, basically, and the power and toughness and the ability. But as far as this line goes, and this line goes, and the artwork goes, that's just out the door, okay? Lots of these are going around right here. Lazier Goblin. Yeah, it looks like me. It looks like me. Oh, gosh, I got to get off my butt. All right, and then we got High Troller. This reminded me of, well, I'm down my whole life, okay? Yeah, really cool, though. If card name is in your opening hand and you're not the starting player, you may reveal it. If you do, you become the starting player. That is nuts. I mean, they wouldn't call it Impatient Iguana. They'd version. Will the price drop on these Mana Crypts? Probably a tiny bit, like $1. You know, I mean, I don't think there's enough here to go around. Not everyone could have a Mana Crypt, you know. Here's a Basking Root Walla. That thing goes way back, man. Oh, gosh, that goes back to like almost Ice Age or something around there, like Mirage. Was that a Mirage card? It might have been. I don't know. It says Madness on there. I have no idea. I could be wrong. Or this could be one of those test print cards as well. I have no idea. That artwork looks familiar, though. Here's some more. Mana Abundance, Mirrored Lotus, and One with Death. That One with Death are sweet. For one, you lose the game. Okay, clearly some of these cards are just jokes as well, from like unsets maybe or something. I have no idea. I take back everything I just said. But from what I understand, these are test prints. Now, clearly, there's not a card called One with Death for a swamp and you lose the game. Joey didn't do his research that much. But these cards are definitely cards that can see play. Now, some of these are going to be thrown in here, I'm assuming, just to be fun and silly. Because that would never make its way into a deck. Could you imagine a card, One with Death? For one swamp, you lose the game. I guess that kind of could work. It is an instant. You just don't want to cast it, though. Right? You keep it in your hand. Maybe, like, your opponent can gain control over your instant. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe something like that. Mana Abundance. World Enchantment. If a player would add mana, instead all players add that mana. I love when they put World Enchantment on there. I miss that that text or that flavor. Like back in the day, they used to have that. Like it would be a World Enchantment. That means it affects everybody, you know, on the table. And you got Mirrored Lotus over here. I'm sure some of you already read some of these, so I'm just going to speed along. Personal Decoy. Look at that little ducky there, man. Must Remain Duck Planeswalker. Something like that there. So it's +1. You gain 1. This will be a Planeswalker. It's +1. You gain 1 life. -4. You draw a card. What's it loyalty start at? Enters a battlefield with a number of loyalty counters on it equal to your life total. Whoa. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. You can't be attacked. That card can be so ridiculously broken. Like, that's just busted. I'm sorry, Duck Boy. That is really, really, really busted of a card. I know it's 7 to bring out, but once you get that thing out, and the colors you're in, you can gain a lot of life and just control your opponent. Wow. Okay. Moving forward, Plane Merge Elf. These cards are really cool. You got the Landship and Kinfall, new abilities, you know, or possible abilities for down the road, to say the least. Kinfall, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it shares a creature type with card name creature you control, get +1/+1 until end of turn. Really neat things, man. Definitely keep these stickers on these cards. Here's a Pure Steel Angel, 8-drop, flying indestructible. These are all cards that Wizards is trying to make happen. And will they? Who knows, man. But these seem so cool. Just flying indestructible alone is a very powerful ability, to say the least. Recycle a Bird. That guy is gangster, huh? Sliv Mizzet, a Hive Mind. Oh, no. Slivers you control have flying. Oh, they're still considering printing more of these sliver cards. That's something to keep an eye out for. That is really cool. I never thought the day would come. A Sliver Eldrazi. I've seen it all, man. Oh gosh, could you imagine? That would be so nasty. A Sliver Eldrazi. If they bring I'm excited now. See, I didn't look over all these cards, but this thing's got Annihilator on it. Slivers you control have Devoid and Annihilator 1. That's insanity. You guys know what Annihilator 1 is, right? And Devoid and all that. Annihilator 1 means your opponent has to exile. I think it's either destroy or exile a permanent they control. That's nutty. And then Devoid is like that. That's just a colorless, I believe. Slivers you control have Devoid and are so they're colorless, and to my understanding, they're void of color. Anyway, moving on. I could be wrong about that. I think I'm right about that, though. Recycle a Bird and Sliv. That really neat, man. Here's Kaya Ghost Haunter. Kaya Ghost Haunter, 4-drop. Exile card name. Haunting target creature for as long as that creature remains on the battlefield. -1, you get an emblem with. At the beginning of your upkeep, this emblem deals 3 damage to the owner of target haunted creature. That is pretty neat. So you want your creature basically to die. -2, you get an emblem with. At the beginning of your upkeep, gain control of target haunted creature for as long as it remains haunted. Wow. That is nutty. I don't even know what to make of that. That is insanity, my friends. And then we got Smelt Herd Saw. Spellmorph Raised Dead. Really cool. There's another that Tega again. Talladega Nights. Who remembers that? Oh, good times, man. Spellmorph Raised Dead. Yeah. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Spellmorph You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Cast it anytime for its mana. Wow. They are really mixing a lot of stuff here. I'm getting kind of scared. Smelt Herd and Saw. Destroy target artifact. And then Herd for 6. Sorcery, create 3, 2/2 green. No more Elks. I've seen enough on that one. Time Sidewalk, Transcantation, and Truth or Dare. Man, talk about going all out. A lot of work, I would assume, is put in this, but this is probably what they do on the daily. They just sit there and just start like doodling up cards, you know, and then put them onto paper. And they're all here for our pleasure to play with now. That is really cool. But I think if they keep the price low, all right, Wizards. Wizards, are you listening? Okay, probably not to Joey Moss, but you probably should. Got a lot of good ideas, man. Keep the price low. Don't get crazy like you did with the collector booster boxes. All right, make these affordable to everyone because a lot more people would want to buy these mystery packs. Wouldn't that be exciting? A mystery pack, maybe one in like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 of them. Might have a really, really, really expensive card, like the Mana Crypt or whatever it was, But that would be fine. If you keep the price really low, keep it at $4 or $5, a pack. And I think you'll make a lot of people happy, and you can make the odds of pulling one of these crazy cards, like a $200-$300 card, really, really extremely low, and they're not it's not like they're a masterpiece. They're just in the set, somewhere along the lines. It's really rare to pull them though. It's that simple, man. Why not go that route? I wouldn't mind. That'd be pretty cool. All right, and then we got Truth or Dare. I'm sure you guys already read these. I've been sitting on them for a while. Unicycle, Vassal, the Complete, and Whammy Burn. Man, talk about craziness. Shuffle your Whammy deck, then reveal cards from the top of your Whammy deck until you reveal an island or choose to stop. Then, if no islands were revealed this way, card name deals X damage to any target where X is the number of cards revealed. Hiccups, excuse me. A Whammy deck consists of a plains, island, swamp, mountain, and forest. Now I know what a Whammy deck is. Land, fight. I love the art on that one. Vassal the Complete. Mega Legendary. Your deck can have only one copy of this card. Whoa. It's a 7/7. Vigilance and Trample. Card name has the activated abilities of all other permanents on the battlefield. No. Do not ever print anything like that, Wizards. That is completely busted, especially with cards that can tutor up a card as such. No. No, do not do that. That is busted beyond means. If you print that card, I'll buy it. But you should never print that. Unicycle for 2, Artifact Equipment Vehicle, First Strike, Haste. Equip creature as First Strike and Haste. Equip for 1, crew 1. That's kind of neat. Unicycle is not bad for 2. That's pretty cool. And then we got Zim Mesmeric Lord, the bear with sets mechanic. Bear with sets mechanic. There you go. Vigilance, aggressive. During your turn, there is an additional combat phase after the first, and only creatures with aggressive may attack during it. Busted? I think so. Yeah, that sounds pretty busted. Biting Remark, 4-drop, Scrycast, 0. If you see this card while scrying, you may reveal it and cast it by playing 0. Flying 3/3. Really neat stuff. The Flying Death Touch dude over here in Dimir colors, Vampire Wizard. Watch out for him. 3/4. When Zim enters the battlefield, target opponent chooses an order for the cards in their hand, then reveals them one by one until you say stop. That player then discards the most recently revealed card. Wow. That's a neat card. I would love to play that. That's just fun. That's like a game inside of a game, right? Like, wouldn't you guys want to play that? Game inside of a game. Probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite card so far. Is the Mesmeric Lord right there. Mesmeric, yeah. That's really, really neat. Lantern of Undersight, 1-drop artifact. You draw cards from the bottom of your library instead of the top of your library. I can dig it, my friends. That's weird. Because remember, you can put stuff on the bottom of your library. Broken. Yeah, that could be really broken, though. Tibalt the Chaotic. Ooh, a new Tibalt. Legendary Planeswalker, Tibalt. Cast a copy of one of the following cards, chosen at random. Ignorant Bliss, Crack the Earth, Blazing Volley. Wow. That's cool. That, man, it's very, very unique, interesting ideas. Oh, also, I see a Wasteland over here. That's right, Wasteland, back at it. Cast a copy of one of the following, chosen at random: Helion Eruption, Insurrection, and Warp World. Wow. If they were to do this kind of stuff, man, that would be nutty. That sounds like a fun card, though. Tybalt's wacky. Here's a whole bunch of them right here. Yeah, all ones we haven't seen yet. Goldmine. Tap it. It's a land. Add a colorless. I'm looking at this one right here. Legacy. Tap. Mark one of Goldmine's unmarked nodes. Add one mana. Modes. Add one mana of any color. All right, I see what they're doing there. That's kind of chaotic. Again, a lot of anything I think that's not normal from what we've seen is looking extremely chaotic. This one says trample untapped creatures can't block, tapped creatures can block. 6/6. Siege. Man, the problem with introducing some cards like this is the synergy just blows a hole in certain formats. Then they don't see it coming. You know, they don't realize how powerful it could be until it's too late and they've already printed it. You know, it's kind of like the deal. Some of these might be a little harder to read. Like this one, I don't even know if we can make that one out too well. And when it enters the battlefield, add a choice of your color to mirror. Until end of turn, it becomes an equipment artifact with equip for 2. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's pretty neat too. Whole lot of stuff going on here. I think that's the last one I got for you guys. Seek Bolas's Counsel. I mean, I'll leave this up there for a second. You guys can zoom in, whatever you got to do to check it out. But really, really cool. What are your thoughts? How much should these be? I mean, really, how much should these be? When you see cards like the one in particular, when you see cards like the Mana Crypt, okay, inside of these, if this is what they're really going to put on shelves, you can automatically assume you're looking at a $15, $20 product per pack. I mean, on the low, $10, $11. I mean, between 10 and 12 bucks. I mean, between 10 and 13. I mean, it could be anything, guys. We really don't know. But when you see an expensive card in one of these sets, they're going to be worth some money. Now, these, I think, are just test things. I don't think they're actually releasing this. This might be their first little run to get an idea, to get a feel what people think. But you're hitting the lottery. You're pulling a Mana Crypt out of one of these, man. That is not cheap. 200 bucks? Get out of here. I would love if they had this kind of a product low. 4 or 5 bucks. Make your mythics, just make your mythics really hard to pull. Make them double how hard they are to pull from a normal pack. And just reduce the price. Why the heck can't you? Why can't you do that, Wizards? Just do it. But this would be fun to draft. Definitely an extremely fun set to draft. I'd buy a box just to draft it with some friends. I don't have any friends. So I would open it on the channel and you guys can watch. Okay, that's kind of how my life is. But really interesting. Of course, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. I will respond to a couple of you. Obviously, with a baby and all this other stuff in my world, I'll be an honest YouTuber, you guys. I don't have time to respond to all of you, okay? Try to get Tulane Community College to respond to one of you. Try to get Rudy to respond to one of you. I'll wait, I'll wait. Just try. It doesn't happen, Try to get Goldfish to respond to one of you. I think I respond more than anyone else. So I do appreciate your guys' comments. I do read them. They are actually acknowledged more so than any other tuber. I can tell you that right now. But definitely leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And hit the like button if you enjoyed this kind of a video. I appreciate you guys for putting up with my hair. Skadoosh.